Hi, I'm Martha. I'm a Community Development Officer at Crawley Community Foundation. I'm more into team sports because I love the community that you can build, but also like when you've done a nice workout or you've played football with your friends, you've just got a nice feeling, helping with my well-being and my mental health, and just physically you're getting stronger and better and being that better person. I think that's sort of what encourages me to grow in sport as well, and like learn new sports. It's always good to be able to teach other people these sports as well. It's International Women's Day. I think it's important that sort of women get represented in this way to just show how much it's grown over the years, because I think if you think back to years ago, women's football wouldn't get televised, where now actually you're seeing it more, it coming up more, and it's on the main channels, and women are allowed to use sort of like the men's football games, just like the Crawley ground here, Brighton women play here. So I think it's good to see where it can grow and how much more it can grow. And obviously you've seen an increase with girls taking part in football, especially from like the Euros when the women were playing a few years ago. You're quite a small ratio, so then when you're working in an environment where that is, being that woman and having that impact towards like young girls and females in sport, it's quite key, and it shows that you have quite a big impact. It helps you engage with young people, I guess, and maybe like girls, they don't really want to go over to a guy or anything like that. So if you see like a girl when you're in outreach, they might feel a bit safer coming over to you and sort of communicating and engaging with you in that way. Secure, like they've come to a secure place in somewhere where it's safe for them, where they're not going to get so like judged, and where they're going to be able to grow in confidence and be in an environment where they can just sort of just have a conversation with you. And the main one is just to feel safe and secure really in that environment, because I think sometimes it's hard to go into a setting when there's mixed people, like especially with boys and stuff at a younger age. For me, it's always been like Jessica Ennis, just because I used to love athletics as a child, and her story is quite incredible. Obviously, she did loads of different like athletic sports within athletics. So seeing her grow up, I've always been a bit like inspired by her and how she's balanced her life. Yeah, definitely, because I think women could sort of empathise a lot better with young girls because they've been there, whereas I guess obviously guys can relate a lot better with guys because they know what that's like growing up. So I think you can show compassion a lot better that way, because obviously you've been through that as a young person. I think like when I look back to GCSEs or even like uni, I went to very like male dominated, like it was only 20% of girls and the rest were guys. But I guess with GCSE you kind of see like you have to do PE, but then with the GCSE lot, you obviously see there's like 4 girls to like 10 guys, so you can see the real difference in terms of people engaging in sport. I think people joined in a lot more when it was more like girls only PE or girls only basketball and stuff like that. I did the basketball academy and I was the only girl, and I basically never went to it because I felt so uncomfortable, because they're obviously between 16 to 18, so they're a lot stronger, a lot bigger than me, and going in like being a girl with maybe not as much confidence as you should have was quite intimidating, so I'd always avoid it. It's definitely a lot harder to go into a boys session and be one of only little girls, and I think nowadays there's a lot more girl-specific sports where girls can go there and feel a lot more comfortable, I think. The main ones are like confidence and just feeling like you're never gonna like be good enough to do it. I think they're the key ones for me, but I think everyone's different. I think in general confidence is quite a key thing. Maybe more in like all sports, because it's really good to see that it's grown in football, but it'd be great to see it like grown in other sports. Let's say like, obviously you see cricket and that one, but maybe they're more like smaller sports as well. So like maybe women's basketball over in England, it's so big in America, but you don't see it as much here. Maybe to be able to see it grow in all sorts of sports as well.